Alright, hey guys, Paxter, welcome back to another Pokemon Pocket video, and as the title states, it's going to be a Ho EX / Lugia EX deck showcase. We have Ho right here. Look at this amazing, pristine art. As you can see, one of the best full arts, one of the best immersives in the game. Just look at this. Just look at this immersive. They really did cook with this immersive art right here. Like, look at that. Wow. That is amazing. But yeah, jokes aside, I am aware of the drama regarding the immersive arts for both Ho and Lugia. I'll definitely make a video regarding that sometime soon. But yeah, Ho and Lugia, very interesting cards. This guy, as you can see, main attack Phoenix Turbo, does 80 damage, however attaches a fire, water, and lighting energy to one of your bench basic Pokemon. So of course, just looking at this, you kind of want to pair it with Lugia EX. This guy hits like a truck, 180 damage. The only main downside is that after attacking, of course, you lose all your energy. So you kind of want to get this guy built as much as possible. Pretty much make it so Ho can attack more than once, at least 3 times ideally, so that this guy can attack at least 2 to 3 times. This is the deck right here, only running Lightning, also using Zeraora just to maximize that free energy that this Pokemon gets turn 1. And yeah, if you guys are new to my channel, I highly suggest liking and subscribing so you don't miss out on Pokemon Pocket content. And especially as a small-time content creator, it really does help me out a ton. And without further ado, let's get right in to the deck showcase. All right, here we are in our first battle. Going first, we are going against the Flareon EX deck. And again, if you guys are new to my channel, how these deck showcases usually work, I'm going to do at least 3 battles. First one's a solo battle just to get the feel for the deck, and the next 2 are PvP. Hand-wise, this is looking pretty good. And if you guys are curious why I'm just running strictly just Lightning, it's primarily for consistency in regards to Zeraora, because Zeraora is pretty cool because of its free energy. Like when I end my turn going first, I get a free energy. And 2, Zeraora can counter Oricorio, because if you look at his deck, if your opponent plays Oricorio, you're essentially screwed. There's really nothing you could do, but with Zeraora, you have something to counter Oricorio. All right, nice. We're going to Rescue Scarf this Lugia right here. For now, honestly, I can just do this. I'm just going to feed Zeraora, just do a little bit of damage onto this Eevee just in case he does evolve. The only main risk is that Zeraora is now liability, taking that 20 damage. But next turn, this Ho is fully built because of this combo. Elemental Switch is amazing. If you guys don't know this card allows you to move a fire, water, or lightning energy from one of your bench Pokemon to your active. Essentially a Dawn for these 3 types. But what makes this huge is, look at this. So I Leaf, feed Ho 1 energy, and because this is an item, I can do this 2 times in a turn. So I can just do this. Look at that. Ho is fully built. This is kind of a game changer. I feel like for these 3 types, yeah, getting energy is going to be a lot faster. And you can pull off stuff like this. And look at that. Flareon is dead. Amazing. The only downside is that this Ho is dead next turn. But look at that. Lugia is fed. You have to do it manually. Lugia is fully built, which is pretty nice because it can just one-shot Flareon even with Giant Cape. All right, Ho is dead, but it doesn't even matter. Like, look at that. This is amazing because Lugia, yeah, dude, if your opponent has an EX out, more likely than not, this guy's gonna one-shot that EX. Unless they're super tanky, like Solgaleo with Giant Cape. Yeah, they could survive, sure, like 200 HP, but anything below 180 gets instantly cooked. Look at that. Oh my gosh, dude. Yeah, this guy is very nice. The only main downside, again, you lose all energy, as you can see right here. You want to get Ho out as fast as possible and just build this guy up. Like, yeah, this guy's essentially very similar to Charizard EX. Genetic Apex Charizard EX. It's the same relationship between that card and Moltres with Ho and Lugia. And yeah, let's see how this deck performs in PvP. All right, next battle, perfect. Going second. This could be a little bit better. Yeah, your first turn, you can either 1 lead with Ho or 2 lead with Lugia. For now, just to play it safe, I'm going to do with this. Because if you have Ho out your first turn, then you kind of want to Alima eventually so that you can sub in Ho. Okay, this guy pennies. What did he see? Oh, okay. Okay, we're seeing Silver's effect. Okay, nice. Nice. Perfect. Okay, this is golden. We are set. This is very good. So we can do this. Next turn, Ho is fully built. That is insane. So yeah, just might as well do this Rescue Scarf. Again, you kind of want to primarily Rescue Scarf Lugia because compared to Ho, he can get built up relatively fast. And our turn. All right, so he places down Ho, Lugia. Nice. Might as well red card. There are so many good item cards nowadays that it's kind of insane. So we just do this. Elemental Switch. Look at that. Fully built. Very nice. Phoenix Turbo. And at this point, since again, we're only running purely Lightning Energy, I could do it like this. So just in case he somehow just, I don't know, just decides to pull out an Oricorio, Zeraora is fully built. I can just sub him in if need be. But this is pretty good. We're at a very good position. Look at that art. Amazing 2-star art. I don't get why I feel like Dina should have replaced this art with this art. I know that this is temporary, but they could have easily copy pasted that instead of having a lazy, just like bland background and then this text right here. Like in my opinion, they could have just easily just put that art and then put a small text saying this is a filler art, like new art will be coming soon. Just a small rant, but for now, I can just do this. I have an insane lead. Like there's really nothing he could do. This kind of shows that this deck is far better. Like I don't know what kind of deck he's using. He might be running Sylveon EX. Also, looking at this is kind of insane, man. 6 energy for Lugia. Yeah, attacking with Ho-Oh. What's he gonna do? Like, there's really nothing he can do. I absolutely dominated this guy. All right, we got Zeraora. I could just win this turn, but you know what? Screw it, man. We gotta go further beyond. We need to go further beyond. I'm gonna do this. Oh my gosh, we're getting this guy fed so much. Imagine he somehow gets this guy out and then freaking like Team Rocky grunts me. And I just lose all this energy. Like, look at that. All right, attacks me. Ho is dead, but what is going on? Oh yeah, okay. Yeah, it doesn't even matter because this guy, look at that, dude. A lot of energy. This looks kind of uncanny. Just seeing 3 types of energy on one Pokemon, especially this much. GG, 180, doesn't even matter. Look at that. Lugia taking out freaking missing no Ho right there. All right, pretty nice. Look at that. Ho being the MVP. Again, amazing full art. They really worked very hard making this. All right, here we are in our last battle. Okay, going second. I'm gonna play it like this for now. All right, this is pretty good. So same setup right here. I probably should have stated this at the beginning of the video, but if you guys are curious what the immersive for Ho look like, it's in the left of the screen. It's that banner right there, that Ho banner to the left. Apparently Dina was caught basically tracing and copying another like fan-made Ho art, and that's why it was removed. Again, I'm gonna make a whole video dedicated on that sometime soon. And yeah, this is why I consider liking and subscribing. Please give us a Zeraora. This will be huge if I can get this guy. Yes. All right, so we do this, do that, and next turn, fully built. For now, end our turn. All right, so he fed Darkrai, got Larvitar out. Nice. Might as well just Pokeball. All right, we're just gonna chill with this loadout right here. I'm kind of regretting placing this Lugia, but at the same time, this can work. Yep, just feed Ho-Oh, do this. Yep, fed Darkrai, evolved into Tyranitar. Interesting, once during your turn, you may move all Darkness energy from each of your Pokemon to this one. Holy crap, this guy's a monster. I'm definitely gonna make a deck showcase for this guy, but yes, Tyranitar, one of my favorite Pokemon in general, so this is pretty cool. All right, so for now, I'm just gonna keep on feeding this Lugia. Kind of risky because this Snorlax will survive one more turn, and he can do anything. So the Snorlax is kind of a wall, but if he can Elima out, then I basically wasted several turns, but at the same time, this guy can attack twice, which is pretty nice. Honestly, just to be safe, I'm gonna do this. I feel like this is a smart choice right here, because just in case he does Sabrina. So after attacking with this Lugia next turn, if this guy does die, he could Sabrina to mess me up, and yeah, retreating this guy is kind of a pain, given that he needs 2 energy to retreat, but I should be good as long as this guy has 1 energy, because I can just feed him and then retreat, so yes. Okay, this guy's playing the long game, but at the same time, it doesn't even matter, because I basically won. Yeah, I basically won. After killing the Snorlax, like, there's really nothing he can do up against this Lugia, because I just need 1 more point. But I'm just gonna showcase Silver right here. So if you guys don't know, your opponent reveals their hand, choose a supporter card you find there, and shuffle it into your opponent's deck. And if you remember a couple battles ago, it didn't work. It's because I had item cards. So this is pretty good, because you can still kind of see what your opponent has. So as you can see right here, yeah, Darkrai, Rocky Helmet. Okay, I can't do anything, but at the same time, I am getting a bit of insight, so this is pretty nice. I'm just gonna attack with Ho. So Snorlax is dead. Damn, I might as well, at this point, okay, man, you're getting fed too. You got 2 fed Lugias. This guy can attack 2 times. This guy can attack once. There's really nothing you can do, because towards the mid game, if you have at least 1 to 2 points, and your Lugia is fed and has no damage, there's really nothing he could do. Like, there's really nothing this guy could do in this scenario. Sure, Tyranitar can attack, but at the same time, I mean, Lugia can one-shot Tyranitar, and yeah. Wow, look at this. That's pretty cool, though. Yeah, this ability. I'm definitely gonna make a deck showcase again for Tyranitar. Ho is dead, but it doesn't matter. He has no soul, as you can see from his immersive art right here. Yeah, GG. Like, holy crap. There's really nothing he could have done. And that's basically the Ho and Lugia deck in a nutshell. And yeah, that was the deck showcase. If you guys are thinking of investing into both of these cards, I highly suggest you do, but in my opinion, they are not the best. In this booster set, debatably Umbreon and Crobat are a lot better. Also, this deck requires a lot of consistent plays, just getting Ho out as fast as possible, and depending on your RNG, that might be pretty hard. Especially if you can't get a Zeraora your first turn out, then you're gonna have a hard time competing with your opponent, especially how fast-paced this game is. But at the same time, if you get some good RNG, some decent RNG, you're gonna have a lot of fun. You're gonna have a lot of fun running this. In my opinion, this deck is just very good all around. Like, Zeraora is pretty good, again, against Oricorio. So if your opponent has Oricorio, Zeraora can deal with that Pokemon. And then Lugia, enough said. You can deal with basically any Pokemon. If you guys want to change stuff, you could probably replace a Rescue Scarf with something like a Leftover or a Giant Cape, just to give both Ho as well as Lugia a little bit more survivability. Because keep in mind, if you're going against a Charizard EX, the Shining Revelry version, this guy's gonna get one-shotted. So that Giant Cape will help him out tremendously surviving an attack from Charizard. But nevertheless, overall, I'd give this deck an A tier rating. Yeah, very fun, but at the same time, depending on RNG, you could run into some issues. But yeah, that's the deck showcase. Hopefully you guys enjoyed. Be sure to like and subscribe if you want more. Again, as a small-time content creator, it really does help me out tremendously. And if you made it to this portion of the video, yeah, again, you might as well just like and subscribe. Really much appreciate that. But yeah, that's pretty much the video. And I'll see you guys on my next one. Peace.